What is up, wrestling fans? This is Kayfabe Chronicles, and I am your host, JP. Well, it is Sunday night. It is 8 p.m. Central Time, and holy crap, with the crazy news this week in regards to WWE and moving up Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff to look after SmackDown and Raw, what the heck's going to happen? I'm going to let you know my thoughts right now. Hello, and welcome to the live stream. This is Kayfabe Chronicles, and I am your host, JP. If this is your first time here, please stick around for a little while. Partake in the chat room to the left-hand side of the screen. And if you guys like what you see, make sure to crush the like, hit subscribe, and click that bell notification for whenever we post videos. We go live Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time, except for pay-per-view nights where we will go on after the event to discuss the event. We go live Wednesdays after NXT to discuss the episode of NXT. We throw out random videos throughout the week, and if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to check out that Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter for crazy Twitter action. Alright, what is today's coffee cup? You guys know it. It is my Aladdin cutesy wootsy mug. I don't got coffee today. I got some tea. I'm trying to cut down on the caffeine and drinking Red Rose right now. Not really digging it, but that's okay. That is okay by me. Alright, what is new in the world of professional wrestling? Well, if you guys didn't see, WWE Fighter Fest was last night. I unfortunately have not checked it out yet. I've been working pretty much just non-stop, working in an outdoor sporting goods store leading up to Canada Day, which is our big national holiday tomorrow. So yeah, very busy this past week. It's been absolutely madness, but luckily I get tomorrow off because it is a stat holiday. Woo! So I might check out Fighter Fest tomorrow. But from what I heard, it wasn't too bad. People enjoyed Double or Nothing a little bit more, but I was just kind of watching some of the highlights. It's interesting, you know, they got the girls in the bikinis, I guess. They're kind of going that route. But, like, the one thing I saw that just blew my mind was, like, Cody Rhodes just getting, like, his head knocked clean out of his ass with a steel chair. Did not see that coming. Like, I remember years ago when, like, unprotected chair shots were, like, cool, but just with all the concussion protocol and stuff they're doing nowadays, wow, you are the man, Cody Rhodes. Like, you got, like, cojones this size of grapefruits for being able to do that. Hopefully he's okay, but whatever you're doing for viewership, that's cool. You do you, boo. But damn. But overall, like, I heard a little bit of mixed reviews. Like, it was still a good show from what I've heard, but it wasn't as good as Double or Nothing. But hey, you know what? You know, they set the bar pretty high because I enjoyed the living crap out of it. I'm still going to check it out. A lot of the matches looked pretty cool, right up my alley. So yeah, I will watch that, and maybe we will get a review going on in regards to that. Alright, if you guys didn't see, WWE was in Japan this past week. A lot of cool matches I saw. Like I said, the Kabuki Warriors came back, so Asuka and Kairi Sane teamed up again to take on the Iconics. A lot of kind of just redoing matches, so, like, you know, a lot of, like, the same stuff. So, like, you know, Seth Rollins defending his title, Kofi Kingston, like, you know, it's kind of the same stuff. But, like, the big thing a lot of people are talking about was that Triple H and Shinsuke Nakamura kind of had like a moment where they kind of shared, like, you know, that "come on" chant and just some other stuff. I heard it was a fun event. It was enjoyed by the crowd. A lot of people really enjoyed this house show per se. I believe they're going to be showing it on next week's SmackDown. I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but from what I read, crowd really seemed to enjoy it. The matches were hot, matches were bumping, but, like, the big thing a lot of people were taking away was just Shinsuke and Trips having a little fun moment together. So yeah, glad the WWE is still doing the international stuff. You know, I like when they went to Australia. That was pretty cool. Their Japanese shows are always good. Their UK shows are always out of this world, but, like, the UK fans are just wow. Like, I thought we had crazy fans up here in Canada, but, like, the UK fans, man, you guys know how to tear that mother down for sure. Yeah, super cool on that. All right, so let's talk about WWE Extreme Rules and that's coming up. But similar to Stomping Grounds, the cards come out already, and it's just ton of rematches again. Like, you know, Bayley versus Alexa again, and Kevin Owens. It's just like the same matches over and over again. But, like, one match, it's kind of a rematch, but then again, it's not. And I'm just gonna flat out say I don't agree with this. I think it's stupid. Come at me. But, like, Shane McMahon teaming up with Drew to take on Roman Reigns and The Undertaker. you guys saw Monday Night Raw last week. Undertaker came down and saved Roman Reigns from getting beaten up, and I'm just like, once again, you guys know my views of how I feel about The Undertaker still wrestling. Said, I love the guy. I worship the guy. I've done videos about the guy. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure to check out my history of The Undertaker streak, available on this channel. But and like I said, like him losing to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 33, yes, it wasn't a great match, but it was just a beautiful moment. And then he came back again, and just like I said, like the Crown Jewel match where it was just botch fest. And then if you guys didn't watch like the last one with him and Goldberg, just Undertaker, stop, please. Just, I get this might work because you're in the ring with like 3 semi-competent wrestlers, but just Undertaker, no, just let it be, just have your legacy, just continue to be great with how we remember you. I'm just, who knows, this might be really good, but I'm just not thinking that it's going to turn out too well, and I'm not really looking forward to this at all. But that's just me. But you know what? At least it's not the one match I'm not caring about. Like, you know, like there, if I could care less about another match, it's going to be the winner take all match between Baron Corbin teaming up with Lacey Evans taking on Becky and Seth. I should just call him Beth already. So essentially, it's winner take all. If Becky and Seth win, they keep their titles, and Baron and Lacey no longer get any title opportunities. But if Baron Corbin and Lacey win, they obviously become the champions. Remember before when they said, this is going to be the year of us not doing any rematches? This is now going to be the 3rd time we are seeing this. Technically, it's not a rematch, but it's still the same people involved in it, and I just, like, Extreme Rules is really, I've never really cared for the pay-per-view. It's just like every year it's like, you know, it's like tables, it's like TLC, like, you know, extreme, but we're only going to have one match that's actually extreme, but yet everything else will still be disqualification. Or like TLC where, like, you know, one match is a tables match and one match is a ladders match, but everything, like, it's a niche thing that doesn't need to have its own pay-per-view. They're just doing it because they have nothing else to fill in the calendar year. Yeah, like the matches for Extreme Rules, really not looking that good so far. Really not looking that good. But then again, Stomping Grounds, the card looked like crap, but it actually ended up being a pretty decent pay-per-view. So, who knows? Maybe this will be good. But I've seen this. We've seen this. It's just carry on. Like, you know, like you're telling me that there's nobody else on the roster who can get a title opportunity. You're telling me that this is the only possible thing that we can think of right now. Whatevs, you do you, boo. You do you. Alright, so let's close off today's show with the reason why we are all here. That's right, if you guys didn't see on Monday or Tuesday, it was pretty much earlier in the week, but they announced that essentially Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff are moving up to be executive directors of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. So Paul Heyman is going to be looking after Monday Night Raw, and Eric Bischoff's going to be looking after SmackDown. So what is an executive director, you might ask? Well, just kind of reading over it, essentially from what I'm seeing, it looks like, just by kind of reading the job description, it's they will both be looking after the creative development of the flagship shows, ensuring that the integration flows across all platforms and lines of businesses. So essentially, they're, like, you know, Vince McMahon will still be up here, but then they kind of have like the say. So like all the decisions, everything will go through them, and then obviously they'll run it through Vince. So they're gonna have a lot of pull on both of these shows, essentially, and I'm really looking forward to that. I just think it's gonna be, it's what we need. It's definitely what we need. Because right now, like, the product itself has been like, it's just been nothing but just sloppiness for the past little while, and just like here just makes total sense. And I just think it's kind of funny because, like, you know, like 20 years ago, like 15, 20 years ago, like back when I was in high school, like during like the Monday Night Wars, like, you know, like essentially like Eric Bischoff ran WCW and Paul Heyman ran ECW, and like they almost defeated the juggernaut that is known as WWE. Of course, we all know like what happened. WWE eventually would win win the battles, and he would buy both of them out, and then that set up that horrible invasion angle, which could have been so much better. It's funny because like as a kid I was like, yeah, invasion angle, this is the best, and then like you watch it years later, you're like, oh yeah, it wasn't that good. It was good when I was a kid, but just growing up, I kind of looked at it again. I was like, yeah, this doesn't make any sense. But what does this mean, in my opinion? I am all for this. I am 100% for this. It's nice to get just a different set of eyes in regards to it. I think that both these guys are going to be able to just... They each have unique styles that can be enjoyable. Like both these guys really know how to utilize their talent. They know how to utilize kind of everybody on the roster, and I think that that's the one thing that WWE is really lacking right now. Like, here, best way to explain it, you have like this many guys on the roster, but yet every single week it's the same like guys. Like even with this wild card rule that they brought in, they did it to increase ratings by getting like those big name guys on both shows, but still, then it's still the same people on every single show. So I think that with this coming in, they're going to be able to open up different storylines and utilize different storylines, and even said like they're using different platforms. Like I said, like I have a feeling they're going to do a lot more online stuff. They're going to do like a lot more like WWE Network exclusives where you can see these stuff. Like the halftime heat was really beneficial. Like that match I really enjoyed, and it was something that you didn't get to see. It was like an online exclusive, and it was absolutely great. So is Brock going to SmackDown, or is he going to be on both shows? I have a feeling, my own personal guess, if I was to say, is he going to cash in on Raw, or is he going to cash in on SmackDown? With Paul Heyman running Raw, I think it will make more sense to have Brock go to SmackDown. Because if he goes to Raw, then that's obviously going to create like that whole conflict of interest storyline, which could work. It could work in the long run. But I believe that putting Brock over on SmackDown, because SmackDown is going to be obviously like the main flagship show once it goes to Fox. And like let's face it, everyone hates Brock Lesnar, but the dude generates revenue. Like the guy sells T-shirts, he packs the arenas. The couple times that he does show up on TV, the ratings do go through the roof. So it would make ultimate sense to have him on SmackDown compared to Raw, since SmackDown is going to be kind of the main show in the next little while. But overall, like I said, I really think that this is the correct path. Don't get me wrong, I still would love it if Triple H took over the entire thing, because we all know that I am biased towards NXT. I am, like, everyone knows that I'm like super NXT fanboy. Wednesday nights, check out my reviews. But like overall, like I think just these guys have like that little more oomph of experience. Maybe Triple H will kind of mentor under them, so eventually down the road Triple H will take over, and then he'll foresee the entire thing. But right now, just WWE needs a change, and I'm all for this change. I think that this is kind of what we kind of need. The thing is, like, everyone's going to assume, like, oh, it's going to be magically changing overnight. No, it's not. Like, this is a slow burn. This is a slow process. Like, don't expect that by them moving into these positions that, like, all of our woes are going to be fixed in the span of, like, 2 days. Like, no, that's not how it works. This is going to take a while. I'm glad they're doing it now, though, before the whole Fox deal takes over, because in the next little while, this is what we're going to need. We're going to need that slow build to build up towards the entire Fox takeover. But I ultimately do think that this is kind of funny, because like I said, like, they were Vince's, biggest competition back in the day. And now that AEW's kind of in there and they're kind of slowly getting that limelight, that's kind of like a new threat per se. So who can we use to defeat the new threat? The leaders of the old threat, kind of thing. That's kind of like just a big example a lot of people had been saying. But yeah, you know what? It's a little stale right now, and I'm all for this. I think that having the big change will ultimately benefit WWE in the long run. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys feel about Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff getting these executive director roles? Let me know in that comment section below. As always, you guys are the reason why I do this. And if you guys like what you saw, make sure to crush like, hit subscribe, click that bell notification for whenever we post videos. We go live Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time, except for, you guessed it, pay-per-view nights, where we will always go on after the event to discuss the event. We also go live Wednesdays right after NXT to discuss the episode of NXT. Ooh, Next couple weeks of NXT are going to be pretty dope considering like what happened last week. I am excited. Super excited. And remember, make sure to check us out on our Facebook page and check us out on our Twitter account. Share the heck out of this video. Let's get a lot more people into the world of wrestling. Alright, this is all for me today. What do I got going on? I gotta do some yard work. That's what I'm gonna do because tomorrow is Canada Day. So, of course, happy Canada Day to my fellow Canucks out there, and happy 4th of July in the next little while to my friends south of the border for me because I'm not gonna be able to talk to you guys before then. Much love to all of you guys. I will see you guys Wednesday right after NXT. Like I said, it's gonna be a dope episode of NXT, and maybe we'll have another random video throughout the week. We'll see. We're playing with some ideas right now. We got lots written in the notebook right next to me. All right, you guys take care of yourselves. As always, this is JP from Kayfabe Chronicles. Have yourself a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys next time.